This is an old Inner City Unit song. And it's especially for you.
We are the survivors! The eternal survivors! Androgynous energies traveling through time!
like the night, waiting for the day. Strange, he shadows me back home. Footsteps echo on the stone. Rainy nights on Haussmann Boulevard. Parisian music drifting from the bar. Tu cherches quoi? On raconterait la mort. Tu te prends pour qui? Toi aussi, tu détestes la vie. Dance in bars and restaurants. Home with anyone who wants. Strange, he's standing there alone. Staring eyes chill me to the bone. Strange, I've seen that face before. Seen him hanging round my door like a hawk stealing for the prey, like the night waiting for the day. Dans sa chambre, Joël et sa valise. On regarde sur ses fringues, sur les murs des photos, sans regret, sans mélo. La porte est claquée, Joël est barré.
deserts of Sudan and the gardens of Japan, from Milan to Yucatan. Every woman's, every man. Hit me with your rhythm stick, hit me me quick, hit me, hit me, hit me. In the wilds of Borneo and the vineyards of Bordeaux, Eskimo, Arapaho, move their body to and fro. Hit me with your rhythm stick, hit me, das ist gut, say, fantastic. Hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me with your rhythm stick. It's nice to be a lunatic. Hit me, hit me, hit me. Dock of Tiger Bay, on the road to Mandalay, from Bombay to Santa Fe, o'er the hills and far away. Hit me with your rhythm stick, hit me, c'est si bon, c'est nicht. Hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me with your rhythm stick. Two fat persons, click, click, click. Hit me, hit me, hit me. Hit me, hit me, hit me. Hit me, hit me, hit me. Hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me.
but certainly slight. Look at the faces, listen to the bells. It's hard to believe we need a place called hell. Place called hell. The devil inside, the devil inside. Every single one of us, the devil inside. Devil inside, the devil inside. Every single one of us, the devil inside. Flesh on the mind. Words and weapons, sharper than knives. Makes you wonder how the other half died. Devil inside, the devil inside. Every single one of us, the devil inside. The devil inside, the devil inside. Every single one of us, the devil inside. The devil inside, the devil inside. Every single one of us, the devil inside. Devil inside, devil inside. Every single one of us, the devil inside. The devil inside. Yeah, yeah. The devil inside. Yeah, yeah.
He doesn't know what he's doing today, you know.
White boy in town, big black, blue sound, nightclub, I paid in, I got a stamp on my skin, man, attraction really dead on his feet, black man rhythm with a white boy beat, they got him on milk and alcohol, they got him on milk and alcohol, stay put, I wanna go. Hard work, bad show. More liquor, don't help. He's gonna die, breaks my heart. I decided eventually this ain't doing anything for me. They got him on milk and alcohol. Got him on milk and alcohol.
location.
Riders on the storm. Riders on the storm. Into this house we're born. Into this world we're thrown. Like a dog without a bone, an actor out on loan. Riders on the storm. There's a killer on the road. His brain is squirming like a toad. Take a long holiday. Let your children play. If you give this man a ride, sweet family will die. Killer on the road. Yeah.
Bad Freddy told me everybody's lies. DJ spinning, I said, my, flash is
weed walking down these dark, lonely streets. Where snakes in the grass are absolutely free. Wild, go wild in the country. Where snakes in the grass are absolutely free. I don't know you. I don't know your town. I don't wanna know you. I'll shop around. I can get a train. I don't need no hamburgers, no takeaway. I want my own game, no bacon take, no strawberry milkshake. I'll do better. Hell, I'll do better. Fall off the trees, naked in the breeze. But I got no boiled chicken. I wanna go hunting fishing. Wild, go wild in the country where snakes in the grass are absolutely free. Wild, go wild in the country where snakes in the grass are absolutely free. I can get a plane. I don't need no suitcases. 'Cause true loves to go naked. Wild in the country where snakes in the grass are absolutely free. Go wild in the country where snakes in the grass are absolutely free. I want a picnic 'cause I get sick. Got no boiled chicken. I wanna go hunting and fishing. Go wild in the country where snakes in the grass are absolutely free. Go wild in the
This song is about the effects of television. It is up to artists of conscience to create television which can be watched critically and can provoke critical thought. Television is a drug. Television is a drug. I felt that it was important to use the medium to critique the medium. I want them to think anything. I don't want them not to think. Put something in front of them that could be thought of critically as opposed to passively.
Well, on a brighter note, commercial break.
The government has now banned the carrying of spears. Stop about every 1,000 miles ain't asking too much, is it? You might wish to stay on and listen.
It was a place where everything was legal.
I met this woman. So if you're looking for emotional satisfaction, my advice to you is seek professional help.
Thank you for joining us live on the air.
My pleasure.
One nation under God has turned into one nation under the influence of one drug. Television, the drug of the nation, breeding ignorance and feeding radiation. On television, the drug of the nation, breeding ignorance and feeding radiation. TV, its satellite links our United States of unconsciousness. Apathetic, therapeutic, and extremely addictive. The methadone metronome, pumping out 150 channels 24 hours a day. You can flip through all of them, and still there's nothing worth watching. TV is the reason why less than 10% of our nation reads books daily. Why most people think Central America means Kansas. Socialism means un-American, and apartheid is the new headache remedy. Absorbed in its world, it's so hard to find us. It shapes our minds the most. Maybe the mother of our nation should remind us that we're sitting too close to the television, the drug of the nation, breeding ignorance and feeding radiation. On television, the drug of the nation, breeding ignorance and feeding radiation. TV is the stomping ground for political candidates, where bears in the woods are chased by Grecian-formulated bald eagles. TV is mechanized politics, remote control over the masses, co-sponsored by environmentally safe gases. Watch for the PBS special. It's a perpetuation of the two-party system, where image takes precedence over wisdom, where soundbite politics are served to the fast food culture, where straight teeth in your mouth are more important than the words that come out of it. Race baiting is the way to get selected. Will he Horton or will he not get elected? On television, the drug of the nation, breeding ignorance and feeding radiation. On television, the drug of the nation, breeding ignorance and feeding radiation.
On the screen is an address where you can mail your tithe offering or gift of love.
Okay, got the idea? All right, now let's concentrate. They're living through television.
TV, is it the reflector or the director? Does it imitate us or do we imitate it? Because a child watches 1,500 murders before he's 12 years old. And then we wonder why we created a Jason generation that learns to laugh rather than abhor the horde. TV is a place where armchair generals and quarterbacks can experience firsthand the excitement of video warfare as the theme song is sung in the background. Sugar-sweet sitcoms that leave us with a bad actor taste, while pop stars metamorphosize into soda pop stars. You saw the video, you heard the soundtrack. Well, now go buy the soft drink. Well, the only cola that I support would be a Union COLA cost of living allowance. On television, the drug of the nation, breeding ignorance and feeding radiation. On television, the drug of the nation, breeding ignorance and feeding radiation. again, new and improved. We return to our irregularly programmed schedule, hidden cleverly between heavy-breasted beer and car commercials. CNN, ESPN, ABC, BCB, TNT, but mostly BS. Where oxymoronic language, like virtually spotless, fresh, frozen, light yet filling, and military intelligence have become standard. TV is a place where phrases are redefined, like recession to necessary downturn, crude oil on a beach to moose, civilian death to collateral damages, and being killed by your own army is now called friendly fire. TV is a place where the pursuit of happiness has become the pursuit of trivia, where toothpaste and cars have become sex objects, where imagination is sucked out of children by a cathode ray nipple. TV is the only wet nurse that would create a cripple. Television, the drug of the nation, breeding ignorance, feeding radiation. On television, the drug of the nation, breeding ignorance and feeding radiation. On television, the drug of the nation, breeding ignorance and feeding radiation. On television, the drug of the nation, breeding ignorance and feeding radiation.
Okay, got the idea? Evil is America's choice. Better living through television. Evil is America's choice.
Okay, got the idea? All right, now let's concentrate.
think we're going to have a here. I want both of them in the field of view.
Roger, we'd like to get both of you in the field of view of the camera from that.
Yeah, I think something rather important is coming up here.
Neil and Buzz, the President of the United States is in his office now and would like to say a few words to you. Over.
It's a test. It's a test.
The U.S. bombs cruising overhead. There goes my love, rocket red. Shoot it up, shoot it up.
Let me tell you about my mother. Let me tell you about my mother. Let me tell you about my mother.
Multi-million still unfair. A Mondocino giving head. Shoot it up. Shoot it up. Hold me, shake me, I'm all shook up. Psychomaniac into bread. Shoot it up, now shoot it up. Shoot it up. Shoot it up. Shoot it up. Teenage crime now, fashion's dead. Shoot it up. There goes my love, rocking red. Shoot it up. 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 Mondocino giving head. Shoot it up, now shoot it up. There goes my love, rocket red. Shoot it up, now shoot it up.
Then when you get the money, you get the power.
Shoot it up. Ultra-violence in Japan. One pocket, you better thank you, man. Shoot it up. Shoot it up. Shoot it up. Shoot it
Big city, all scratched out. Revenge is not so sweet. Once proud, once so devout. They're tired and they are weak. They came from east to west, counting up the cost. It starts to arrive. They know that all is lost, and only the wounded remain. spots you. He got an ice pick that made his ears burn. Whatever happened to the heroes? Whatever happened to the heroes? Whatever happened to dear old Lennon, the great Elmira, and Sancho Panza? Whatever happened to the heroes? Whatever happened to the heroes? No more heroes anymore. No more heroes anymore. Whatever happened to all of the heroes?
Is she really going out with him?
I got a feeling inside of me. It's kind of strange, like a stormy sea. I don't know why, I don't know why. I guess these things have gotta be. I got a new rose, I got a good. Yes, I knew that I always would. I can't stop to mess around. I got a brand new rose in town. See the sun, it shines. Don't get too close or it'll burn your eyes. Don't you run away that way. You can come back another day. I got a new rose, I got it good. Yes, I knew that I always would. I can't stop to mess around. I got a brand new rose in town. I never thought this could happen to me. I feel so strange. Oh, why should it be? I don't deserve somebody this great. I better go, or it'll be too late. Strange like a stormy sea. I don't know why, I don't know why. I guess these things have gotta be. I got a new rose, I got a good. Yes, I knew that I always would. I can't stop to mess around. Like a brand new rose in town. Whoa.
that OxyContin is pure as the purest heroin, one molecule difference, because we all knew it back when we were taking them. It was too late, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But they wanted to be able to usher that in. All right, Purdue, you're going to make bazillions of dollars. At some point, you have to give a little bit back because we're going to... 11-year-olds, what could go wrong? Certainly not going to be a junkie the rest of their life, but now you understand why. They stole the gold. They went to never-ending wars that still go on to this very day. They took all the heroin away from the Afghan tribes and then flooded our country with it. The Taliban wasn't allowing heroin to get sent to the United States. It wasn't until we got there. So put that in your hat and smoke it. Or don't. You shouldn't, actually. Don't smoke that. I digress on that one. All right, stand by. I got to see what else I was going to yell about. All right, FDA approves OxyContin for children 11 and older, because why wouldn't you? How the U.S. military's opium war, Pablo Escobar's son. Stand by, one more. Where's that? In case you didn't know, there's this also. Those damn Mexicans, all that stuff going on down there. Yeah. Old news, but still news most people don't know about. But the DAA struck a deal with the Sinaloa cartel. And that deal is still resonating to this day. And I'm pretty sure I don't have to mention things like Fast and Furious, where we not only allowed the drugs to flood our borders once again. I don't know how many Border Patrol agents I've talked to over the years that say we have to watch these people come across the borders. Well, of course you do. Of course you do. You got to break down family, break down community. You got to get everybody strung out like research monkeys. And then you need to fill the cities and towns with people that don't belong there. You know what I mean? That with people that don't belong there. There's people from every single solitary country we went and spread democracy to. So we're at war with this country, so let's flood our country with those people. That doesn't even make sense, does it? Before 9/11, it was a very rare thing to see anybody wearing a turban, anybody wearing a burqa. It was very rare. Now it's incredibly common. It's absolutely everywhere. These are our enemies, so quickly, let's flood our country with them. Okay, all right. I guess I didn't know. What are you, an asshole, lady? This one right here. Guess what? That's the last comment you'll say in here. How's that? Yeah, one of my fellow YouTubers' channel is running a Chinese scam, and I tell people, "Oh, Richie loves her." Yeah, actually, these are the people that are here for conspiracy entertainment. These are the people that are making stupid comments in the chat that are allowing this entire New World Order system to come to fruition. The Great Awakening. I don't see it like that. You know why? Because I get the emails. I see the comments. Half of these people apparently don't hear a word you say. 11-year-olds have been allowed by the Food and Drug Administration to be issued OxyContin. That kid is effed for the rest of his life. Because grown women can't take it. But let's give it to kids. What could possibly go wrong? 9/11 was physically impossible. The way those buildings fell, the way 2 planes took out 3 buildings, the way 1 plane completely disappeared, the way 1 plane hit the most heavily recorded building on the history of Earth, and we have no video of it. You know what I mean? The way a woman that worked in the Pentagon walked out the hole the missile came through and said, "There was no airplane. I was just in there. I just walked out of there with my son. I work here. You're a crazy lady." And they did her. Do you see what I'm saying? And then people leave. I ain't got time for that, man. I ain't got time for that. So, all right. Here's one more thing. Did I already show you this? I did show you the Sinaloa cartel, right? I did. Yeah. The government. Oh, war on drugs. That's bullshit. Total bullshit. You gave me the amount of money that they give these guys to protect the border. Give me the same amount of guys, the same amount of weapons. There ain't nobody getting in the United States. And I ain't saying it's just me. Just take all these politician scumbags out of the way, and then we'd have a chance. And it's It's amazing that the politician scumbags went through all the armed forces and took away every dude that thinks like me and you do and put in soft people. Remember when Obama went through there and he did his purge? He got rid of every single solitary general, colonel, major that had an issue with firing his weapon on American citizens. That was the bell right there and then. People should have freaked out back then, and they didn't. Right now, our soldiers, the guys that, not our soldiers, not the guys on the ground, the guys in the upper command and the soldiers on the ground know this. Everyone knows this. There's a reason they go into war, but they don't bring the weapons and tools that they need. We're gonna go invade Iraq in a bunch of open-top Hummers with no armor on them whatsoever at all. You know what I mean? It's hard to explain, and I don't want to lose track because I already am losing track. Long story short, they're gonna make a move. I have never seen so much activity in 1 month at the beginning of their new year, of their year 2020. And the thing is the people that can't believe it, the people that are defending the mainstream, excuse me, that wasn't even raspberry vinaigrette either, my bad. The amazing amount of people that are defending this entire thing is staggering to me. This entire coronavirus pandemic scare that took a break for the Super Bowl. We don't need to. We're all gonna die. But after these messages, let's first look at the Super Bowl commercials, and then we'll bring it up a little bit, but not as much as before the Super Bowl, which was incredibly predictable. We'll throw Kobe Bryant in there to kind of slow everything down, and then we'll sit back and take the data. We'll take the data. This is what social media is for. This is why social media was given to us. We got a little wacky with it, and they had to slow some of us down, but they did. And there's, like I said, there's enough people in the chat right now that are probably making a stupid comment that I'm not even looking at, that aren't even listening to the things that I'm saying. They won't even look at the links. They'll leave a comment right below the link saying, Richie, where are the links? They're right above you. But why do one crumb of research? That's my, yeah. I'm going to try to, yeah, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't even live stream. But I had to tell people that Dana's channel got hijacked. She's bumming. That sucks. It happens. It absolutely happens. Let me show you this. Here's the latest wave of fair porn coming out right now. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Remember this? This is the mainstream. This is the American Council on Science and Health. It's an alphabet agency. And they're explaining to you, this is by John Entine. In April 17th, 2018, why the bee apocalypse was never real. And here's why. And he goes on to say, blah, 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 blah. And people are like, see, assholes like Richie from Boston and all those other stupid people that care about bees and trees and birds. And I don't necessarily care about them like, oh, I love bees. They're the best. But I do understand science and things of that nature. When bees and trees and birds start disappearing by more than half, it's a problem. Well, this story I'm showing you right here is from 2018. The bee apocalypse was never real, man. Come on, dude, get a grip. That's so stupid, the bee apocalypse. I got a bee in my backyard right now. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. So that was 2018, right? Let's turn the page. And this is today. Bees are apparently headed towards mass extinction. What? But it was never a thing. It was just the bees aren't dying. They're fine. They're fine. Yeah. Remember last year and the year before and the year before, and I'm like, hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. I'm in my backyard. I'm looking at these flowers. Weird thing is, there's no bees. I don't know where the bees are. There's no bees. There's no bees. There's no bees. And then I get the emails, which I didn't think this was going to happen, but I was glad that it did. YouTube subscribers that actually own farms are like, yeah, dude, the bees, it's a problem. It's a problem. We're losing entire, colonies at a whack. Our crops aren't getting pollinated, etc., etc., etc. So it's bad enough that farmers have to deal with Monsanto or Bayer. You know what I mean? Genetically modified seeds. You have to worry about your neighbor's patented seeds blowing over your fence, landing in your yard and growing because they can sue you. You know why? Because the government doesn't. The government is a bunch of corporations. It's been going on since the days of Smedley Butler. Stupidest name ever, but the guy was a stand-up dude, and they did him. They made him look like an absolute wacko. George Herbert Walker Bush's grandfather, the guy from Ford, Coca-Cola, all these dudes tried to take over the United States, and Smedley Butler was the guy they approached because he was a no-joke Marine. And he said, yeah, stay right here. Let me go get ready to completely commit treason against the United States of America. And he went and told on him, as he should. Absolutely nothing happened to them because they were afraid it would crash the economy. And lo and behold, in our generation, they're doing it anyways. And people still think that, how are you a YouTube channel asking for $30,000 and you're still talking about the impeachment like it was anything other than bread and circus? Remember a long time ago? I don't watch politics. Remember what I told you? The impeachment, it's going to go on and go on and go on. And people will watch it. They'll talk about it, words and words and words. Nothing will happen. Hey, guess what happened? Nothing. You know why? They selected him to be president. He didn't get elected by any of us, dude. Any of us. I mean, are you kidding me? If you think any of that's real, then maybe you do think the coronavirus is killing millions of Chinese people and secret videos are leaking out. You see what I'm saying? Or not? I don't know. These people have been doing this forever. The bees aren't dying. What are you, a jerk? Turn the page. Bees are heading towards mass extinction. Well, of course they're heading towards mass extinction because the weather modification is absolutely off the hook. Off the hook, the way these guys are coming out with it and calling it global warming. And the holier than thou academic assholes that I have a PhD. Well, guess what? If you have a PhD in bad information, then you're a professional asshole or what? I don't know what you would call that. People that get bachelors and masters and so forth, they're really good at studying. They're really good at memorizing, reading, taking tests, etc. But if all the information's bad, what's it worth? Like, how can you not look up and see them? It didn't used to be like that. Now it is. You can't see them every single solitary M and effing day blocking the sun. Every day, no matter what, blocking the sun. Well, they're doing it to save us. No, they're not. They are the problem. It's old news. They've known about this for the longest time, and way too many people are confusing weather modification through apparatus like HAARP, through apparatus like aerosol injection in the atmosphere, steering storms, and everything else with these things. This isn't to predict the weather, dude. These things are absolutely everywhere. They give out pulses in the atmosphere that interact with the heavy metals they're spraying in the skies, and they're controlling the weather. And when I say controlling it, they're basically moving the weather around. If it's supposed to be warm, they're making it cold. If it's supposed to be cold, they're making it warm. If your area has tendencies to have wildfires once in a while, they're making it burn all the time. If you get tornadoes once in a while, you're getting mega tornadoes to the point where people like Dutch Sense can call them out 2 days before they happen. You know what I'm saying? And he did. Joplin, 2 days before it happened. It's going to be ugly here. People are going to die. 2 days later. Next thing you know, mainstream's attacking them. There you go. As soon as they start attacking somebody that makes sense, you understand how it works. COINTEL 2.0. There's that. These aren't here to tell you what the weather are. They're here to make the weather. These are HAARP for the 20th century. These are just much smaller. Myself, Weather Warfare 101, Ron Johnson, we all caught them doing a hurricane at one time, and we went to the Doppler site and they changed it, and you could watch them pulsing the storm and moving it. The Pope shows up and the weather front stops. The mainstream calls it a miracle. Yeah, it was a miracle, all right. At any rate, I'm not even done yet. This is what pisses me off. All right, so we know that. We know that. Here, look at this. Look at this. You see this? Old news, right? Harvard University, Oxford University, geoengineering program. They spell it with an E at the end to make it look smarter. You know what I mean? Because we're Americans. If you got an accent or a monocle, we'll listen to you. Except for the Monopoly guy, because his disappeared. But I'll digress. But yeah, they've been controlling the weather for a long, long, long time. This one's even got the chart down the bottom that actually shows you how when you don't see it in the air, they're still doing it out to sea. You see these giant space mirrors? I'm gonna guess that these are the red, blue, and green things that we're seeing in the sky. The one thing that I can't figure out, and why would I can't figure out how to keep my front tooth from falling out. But the one thing I can't figure out is how are those things in the same exact spot every single solitary night on a flat Earth? If there's no outer space, and you know what I mean? That's a tough one for me. I don't know. I don't know, but it does make sense. But whether you see them spraying the skies or not, they're at it all the time. All the time. So it's nothing new. Nothing new at all. They're messing everything up and they're calling it global warming, and the sheep are buying it, even though you can show them all this over and over and over. And oh, they're just, Harvard's doing that because they love the world. Dude, how did I in 2010 make a video saying this is to wake up my family? It didn't work, but the video's still up. Where I said, when these guys finally get to the point where it's so bad that they're going to come out and say, we're doing this to save you from global warming. How would I know that? How would I know in 2010 that they were spraying heavy metal nanoparticulates out of airplanes in a crisscross pattern that can somehow stay up there, interlace, and block out the sun and moon completely? And then they come out in 2017 and say, well, we're going to experiment with putting these nanoparticulates in the sky that can stay up there in the sun and the moon. Blah. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. So, I don't know. It just bums me out. It totally bums me out. But long story short, I'll leave all the links pinned in the comment section for those that can't find it or whatever. I'll leave all of these below. Yeah, see, that's a really bad thing to say. Airline pilots are, yeah, see, Rosemary, you're gone. How's that? Don't know who you are. That is a stupid statement. That is how you get people to get angry at a certain group. Saying that is the stupidest thing I've heard all day. They ain't over, but I wouldn't imagine any of those planes, for the most part, that we see either A, know that anything's being sprayed out of their planes because it's been going on so long, it's probably normal to them, or B, they're drones. Saying something like, let's rip down 5G towers, or airline pilots are our enemies, let's get them, is stupid. That's what a COINTELPRO agent would say in the comment or the chat, and hopefully get everybody to do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Judy Ann's got it right. Satan will have his day. He will. It's in the Bible. It's pretty easy to read, you know? All you got to do is understand, to be aware, and try to wake up those that you can. But I mean, imagine my frustration when you've got 350,000 on one channel, 85,000 on another, 27,000 on another. I'm awake, and they just come in. I mean, Donald Trump was picked by God. Do you know how many emails I got? Do you remember what I said right when he showed up? Not only did I said that it's more of the same, it's no big deal, but Alex Jones holding him up, that was a huge red flag. But people went with it. So, yeah, they've got gag orders and things like that because I've talked to a lot of these people. They've come to me because, I mean, how else would it happen? I'm in the military. I'm special forces. I'm an airline pilot. I work for the Department of Defense. I work here. I work there. I work everywhere. Well, you can use my name anonymously. Then what's the point? What's the point? His name escapes me right now. Kevin something. He worked for the company that tests the steel at World Trade Center 7, well, the entire thing. What is it called? Every electronic device should be listed by this company. Come on, help me up. I'm looking at the chat right now. Nobody? No, not NIST, not NIST. Montegraph. I don't know if that's actually him. I don't know who Montegraph Monty, if that is you, I'm looking at you right now. Dana Ashley needs your help, but I don't know if this is Monty. Monty Live. I've never seen that before, but her channel got hacked, and they're running a Chinese Bitcoin scam on her channel right now. She can't get to YouTube. She needs your help. Underwriter Lab, exactly. If that really is you, Monty. No offense if it's not, but I've never seen that name before. But I told her three hours ago, I said, if anybody can get you out of this, it's Montegraph. Dana Ashley, all right. Well, she's in a jam, brother. Her channel has been completely and totally hijacked, and they're running a Bitcoin scam on it. And it looks legit, but it isn't. So if you can help her, you could probably name your price. Not that you would charge anything, I hear you, but at any rate, yes, Kevin Ryan worked for Underwriters Labs and would not go along with the NIST story and lost his job. And you know what? He's still alive. And you know what he did? He did the right thing. He said that steel wouldn't have just melted from airplane, from jet fuel. Jet fuel is kerosene for the most part. You know what I'm saying? But, I don't know. I'm going to guess it's going to be more than 10 dirty socks. Exactly. Dana Ashley, I'm going to send you her email through your email that I use on Gmail. All right. Kind of secret squirrel it a little bit. There you go. Yeah. Tell her to get a hold of, all right. Yeah. Everyone gets hacked, but I mean, they're running a Chinese Bitcoin scam. They even have a website next to it that you can't get. It's just a website that says, send us 10 Bitcoins and we'll send you back 25. And YouTube, shockingly, isn't helping her out. They even changed the name of her website, her YouTube channel. At any rate, my point was Kevin Ryan from UL lost his job completely, and he came out and did the right thing. He's still alive right now. You know what I mean? Because fortunately, Americans don't want to listen to some jerk that works at United Underwriters Laboratories that said, that steel couldn't do that. That's not real. None of that's real. He's just a quack. Indeed. All right, guys, I've been going on long enough. I don't even know if I got my point across. The point is the FDA told everybody that OxyContin were not habit forming. And then after Purdue getting sued, they said, let 11-year-olds have them too. Those kids, they'll be fine. And then after that, we went and took over Afghanistan and took the heroin from that country and flooded our country with it because America. You know what I'm saying? And then it's on and on. And Pablo works with the DEA and the CIA and the Sinaloa cartel, and then the heroin, the coke, blah, 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 blah. At any rate, Richie from Boston, I am done. I am out. Monty, I'm sending you that right now. Dana, if you're listening, he's on it. He's a good man. If anybody can do it, he can. I told you that earlier. I'm out.
Perfect on social media, and it ties in with the topic of this video. It goes a little something like this.